Welcome to an all levels energizing flow. Make sure to take everything at your own pace. Let's begin standing at the top of the mat. Inhale, arms reaching high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step left foot back. Take a few rocks back and forth, opening up the hip. Left knee drops down, arms reach high. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back to your plank. Make your way through your vinyasa, back to downward facing dog. I'm just taking a moment, putting some dew on my hands to keep from slipping. Inhale, sending left leg high, stepping forward, low lunge. Again, take a few rocks back and forth. Dropping right knee down, inhale, arms reaching high. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back to a forward fold. Inhale, arms reaching all the way up. Exhale, hands to the sides. Once again, inhale, reaching high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, stepping left foot back to your lunge. Taking a few rocks back and forth. Dropping left knee down, arms reaching high. Planting the hands, stepping back through your vinyasa. And we'll meet back in a downward facing dog. Remember, skip your vinyasa anytime. Feel free to just step back to down dog. Inhale, send the right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step forward. Again, taking a few rocks back and forth and stepping to your forward fold. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, lowering down, coming right into Utkatasana, bending the knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. From here, either step or float back through Chaturanga or skipping it, meeting in downward facing dog. Stepping right foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, plant the hands. Again, coming through your version of a vinyasa. Meeting back, downward facing dog. Stepping left foot forward, warrior one, arms reach high. Exhale, plant your hands, making your way back to downward facing dog. Feel free to take some movement in your down dog. Inhale, look forward, step or float between the hands. Coming back through Utkatasana, sitting the hips nice and low. Exhale, hands to the sides. Once again, inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Let's come down into a deep squat. You can bring your feet wide, sit the hips low. Feel free to use a block. And either stepping or floating back through Chaturanga, meeting in downward facing dog. Step right foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior, hands interlace, shifting the head forward, drop your gaze. Again, inhaling back to warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Right forearm can come down to your thigh, or maybe the palm comes to a block. Lifting right arm up and over. From here you can stay, or maybe you choose a half or full bind. Top arm wraps. You can use a strap between your hands. Lifting lifting the gaze. And let's plant the hands, coming into a runner's lunge, dropping the left knee down. You can drop onto your forearms or maybe onto a block, maybe staying up on the palms. Let's plant the hands, step back, coming into a half Hanumanasana. Front knee straightens, reaching the arms forward. Maybe coming into your full Hanumanasana. Feel free to take any version here. You can come into a gentle back bend, maybe fold forward. Never forcing, just listening to your body. Let's sweep right leg high. You can stay or come into a flip dog. Maybe allowing the right fingers to dangle, maybe coming into an early wheel pose if you're feeling warm enough. Let's make our way back to a high plank from where you are, and flowing through to your downward facing dog. Just taking a moment to fix my mat. Let's step the left foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior, hands interlace. We'll shift the chest forward, drop your head down. Inhaling back to warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, reaching forward. Again, feeling free to bring left forearm to your thigh. And you can stay or choose to take a half or full bind. Top arm wraps, maybe using a strap between the hands. And planting the palms down, finding your runner's lunge, either dropping your right knee down to the mat or it can stay lifted, maybe coming onto your forearms. Just taking a few deep breaths. Let's plant the hands, coming into half Hanumanasana, front knee straightens, or coming down into your full Hanumanasana. Full split, feel free to stay in your half Hanuman, taking it nice and slow. Let's sweep left leg high, bending the knee, stack your hip open, maybe coming into your flip dog. Feel free to take an early wheel or just allow the left hand to dangle above your mat. Let's come back through to our plank, coming through a vinyasa, meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, low lunge, stepping forward. Inhale, high crescent lunge, bringing the hands to the heart, taking a twist, left elbow, right thigh. Perfect to stay right where you are. Maybe you begin to open up your arms. Again, perfect to stay. Maybe you take a half or full bind. You can use a strap between your hands, lifting the gaze over the top shoulder. You can stay here if you choose, maybe entering into an arm balance for a moment, just trying it out, maybe a side crow position. Gently coming back through to your twist from your arm balance. Let's plant the hands, high plank, side plank, right hand plants. Maybe coming into wild thing, ball of the left foot to the mat. And exhale, plant the hands, coming through chaturanga and meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, low lunge. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Hands to the heart. Exhale, twist right elbow, left thigh. Again, perfect to stay here. Feel free to open up your arms or take a bind. Maybe you decide to enter into an arm balance, just trying it out, shifting the weight gently forward. And making your way back through to your twist. And let's exhale, plant the hands, high plank. Side plank, left hand is your base. You can take wild thing, ball of the right foot to the mat, spinning the chest open. Exhale, plant the hands, coming through your vinyasa and meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, feet between the hands. Let's come into Utkatasana, bending the knees, arms reaching high. Hands to the heart. Exhale, twist left elbow, right thigh. Drawing low belly to spine, nice deep breaths. Again, you can stay keeping the hands at the heart. Maybe you choose to open the arms wide. Let's fold forward, bringing the feet to a hips width distance. Let your peace fingers grab the big toes. You can lengthen your spine halfway. And exhale, fold forward. Let's release the hands, bring the legs back to touch. Inhale, Utkatasana. Hands to the heart. Exhale, twist opposite side. Right elbow, left thigh. Choosing to stay or choosing to open up your arms. Again, exhaling to fold forward. Bring the feet wide. Palms of the hands beneath soles of the feet. You can inhale to lengthen and exhale, fold. Let's release the hands, coming again into a deep squat, feet wide, hips sit low. You can place a block beneath of your butt here or beneath your heels. A stretch, pressing the thighs open wide, trying to lengthen the spine. And from here, planting the hands, maybe trying out a crow pose. Step or float back through chaturanga. Again, meeting in downward facing dog. From here, let's try out coming onto the forearms. Perfect to stay on the forearms in dolphin pose. Maybe you're lifting one or both legs at a time. Maybe moving over to a wall. Again, perfect to stay in that dolphin pose position, keeping the feet down, building strength nice and slow. Coming into child's pose, drop your head. Our way back to downward facing dog in your own way. You can come through a vinyasa or you can just press straight back from child's pose. Inhale, high plank, and let's lower down to the belly. You can rest one cheek down on your mat and prepare for a locust pose. Interlace your hands, lifting up. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Slow. slowly lowering down. Maybe rest opposite cheek. Again, hands interlace, lifting up just a few breaths. Slowly lowering down. Either repeating locust or taking bow, bending the knees, grabbing onto the ankles, pressing the feet into the hands, allowing the chest to reach gently forward, and slowly lowering down. Press into an upward facing dog, meeting back in downward facing. And from here, coming onto the knees, set up for camel pose. Pressing the hips forward, hands can come to the heels, maybe they stay at the heart as you lift the chest up and over. And let's take counter posture, child's pose, just for a moment. And once again, you can repeat camel pose, maybe coming into Kapotasana, making sure you're nice and warm. Perfect to keep the hands right at the heart. Slowly making your way out of the posture, again coming into child's pose just for a moment. And in your own way, coming back through to downward facing dog. You can plant the hands and float back, just step back, whatever feels right to you. Inhale, look forward, let's step or float through to a C and roll down onto your back. And from here, let's take a bridge pose. Bend the knees, lift the hips. Feel free to interlace your hands at your tailbone or just rest them long at your sides. You can choose to stay in bridge pose, repeat bridge pose, or take wheel pose, planting the hands at the ears and lifting up. Here I come down to the head and lift up again, but you can lower down, maybe trying it out a second, maybe even a third time, bridge or wheel. And either lowering down, if you stand up in your practice, you can stand up, maybe working on a drop back, maybe just trying out another bridge or wheel pose. And when you're ready, we'll all meet down on the back. If you're on your back, you can just rest the legs, send them long. Maybe if you're standing, coming into a fold. And if you're on your back, you can make your way over to a wall and feel free to take an inversion. If you're wanting to work on a handstand, you can kick yourself up a few times there, maybe even pause the video. If you're working on your press up, you can try that out. And let's send the right leg high. Coming into a resting half pigeon, walk out the arms, rest the head. If you're wanting to work on that inversion for a little bit longer, feel free to pause here and come back to the resting half pigeon later on. Back up onto the hands. As you're ready, step back to downward facing dog. Let's send the left leg high. Step forward, resting half pigeon. The chest, and exhale, fold forward. Up onto the hands. You can just swing the right leg around to the front to meet the left. And we'll come into a forward fold, Paschimottanasana. You can reach the arms overhead and then fold forward. Feel free to use a strap around your feet. Let your head hang heavy. Let's slowly come back up to a seat. You can step or float back through your vinyasa, or just step back to downward facing dog. Let's look forward again, coming through to a seat, and either taking Padmasana position if it's in your practice, or easy pose, bending the left knee and then the right knee, resting the foot one in front of the other. Hands to the knees, taking a few deep breaths. Again, never forcing the knees here. Perfect to take Sukhasana, easy pose. Bringing your attention to your breath. Bring the hands to the third eye center and bow forward, thanking yourself for your practice. And as you're ready, you can roll onto your back, coming into final Shavasana, just taking rest. Close your eyes. Feel free to stay here in Shavasana for as long as you would like. Otherwise, don't worry about the time. I'll call you out of it in just a few minutes. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead, pressing on to your right side. Let's come up to a comfortable seat. Bring the hands to your heart. And then lifting the thumbs to the third eye center. Again, thanking yourself for your practice. Namaste.